I hope to have provided the audience with some inspiration of how to follow what you feel passionate about. What's important is what I'm hoping to convey is I loved what I did. I love what I do, and you can do that too. This is early on. This is like the era of trying to figure out how to put words on top of a paper, and now we're trying to figure out how to put words into cyberspace and the quality of those words.
You know, you have to be open to the opportunities that present themselves. Sometimes that means pulling up and getting out of your comfort zone and going somewhere different and trying a different market. Other times it's really looking at the multiple opportunities and not being fixed on just one, but leaving yourselves open to other opportunities in the market you're in. I think communication skills are the most important commodity you can graduate with out of college. Your ability to know your audience, understand the audience, communicate clearly. And it doesn't mean that you run on and go into extreme detail. It means that you are laser focused with the way you communicate.
Well, I think that you have to do it, you have to do your craft however you can do it, and you're never wasting your time. I mean, the thing that's wonderful about learning how to be a reporter or to be a writer is even if you end up not being a professional reporter or writer, it's going to help you whatever you do, because learning how to gather information and then explain it to other people is, pretty much the bottom line for every occupation ever. So it's the best major you can have. Journalists in general need to be encouraged at every turn, because it is such a weird time in the business that the career paths are not quite as clear as they once were. But I think it's really important for especially young journalists to know that there are plenty of ways in, maybe even more than there were before, even though they're not as clearly identified.
I think recognize you'll never know everything and be okay with that, but really follow what interests you and learn about that. And then also, if you realize that there's a skill that's missing kind of from the area you need, take the time and learn that skill. Don't expect somebody to teach you. You really have to figure out how, to take in that information and learn for yourself.
Absolutely. I think that it's really important. I think it's nice to get everybody from the department together. We all have classes and everything together, but it's nice just to be on a more casual setting and allow people to just have some fun and be together and really feel the journalism and public relations day.
I enjoy coming to see all of the professionals and learn about maybe where my career could go.
it's really important. Like I said, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to network with some of the people in the industry, like Sid Garcia from ABC7 News. I mean, I don't know how I would have gotten to meet with him and get some words of wisdom if I didn't come today.
I thought Journalism Day was really good. I think that they need to continue doing it because it gives people an opportunity to meet and talk with professionals that are out there in the real world and give them an opportunity to get insight from what they have from their careers.
And I did believe in internships, so the LA Times wasn't right for me, but there was a paper in LA at that time called the Herald Examiner, and it was reinventing itself with really high-end editors and hungry young reporters. So I wrote them a letter while I was here at Long Beach and said, please let me work for you.
So here's a really good lesson: network. Use any opportunity you can to network. You never know what you're going to find. Things were kind of slow at the Walt Disney Company at that time. I looked at other places to interview and get into the PR field. I was very, very close to accepting a job with the Irvine Company in public relations for them when all of a sudden there was an opening that came at Disneyland.
Oh, and I also want to say something, like when I was in journalism school, like getting an internship on a newspaper was super important. Like that was seen as you had to do that or else you were a failure. Out of all my friends, I did not get an internship between my junior and senior year. And it was like, I thought it was heartbreaking. I thought it was the end of my career. I am like the only one of those people who still work at a newspaper. So it's like, internships are great, but if you don't get one, it is not all over. Do not panic.
Well, I've only been here for a brief portion, but looking at the day's worth of activities, I think it's excellent because it really covers a wide swath and gives the students a lot to think about beyond the classroom. It looks to me like there's a lot of good stuff that goes on here in the classroom and in course and case study, but something like this I think is really beneficial because you can bring in a lot of different people that can throw out new ideas and offer other opportunities.
So I got my first taste of investigative journalism here.
I think any exposure students have to people who are actually working in the world that they're interested in is incredibly important. I think it's important to know that whatever direction you're going to go in isn't always predetermined as soon as you come out of college, and to just get the practical advice and experience.
I took several things away from it, especially from the last presenter, who's a TV critic, where she said that just write as much as you can, get it all out there, and the more you write, the more you'll improve, and you'll learn a lot.
Actually, the people that I talked to, they really got me excited about my future, and they let me know that I should never take no for an answer. And no matter if I'm not qualified for a position or if I am qualified, I should apply anyways because it gives me more opportunities and a better chance of getting a job.
It's not just about texting, it's about doing more than that and understanding the audiences that you are going to be working with. But I think if you can emerge from college with a good faculty for language and understanding the audiences that you wish to communicate and the endeavors that you're going to be engaged in, you're ahead of the game.